All right, so today we're going to deep dive into something that might not sound super exciting at first, but you promise you, it's actually packed with some real gems. We're talking about the Google Business Profile, aka the thing that makes your business actually show up when people search on Google. And, whether you're just getting started or you've been around the block a few times, there's always something new to learn about how to make this thing really work for you.
Yeah, I think what's fascinating to me is that Google gives you so much control over this. It's not just about having a profile. It's about actively shaping how your business looks to potential customers online. Especially for those of you with brand new businesses, you want to make sure you're starting off on the right foot.
Exactly. We're going to walk through the whole setup process for newbies, and then we'll dive into some optimization tips that even seasoned businesses might be missing. And let me tell you, some of these little tweaks can make a huge GE difference.
Oh, absolutely. And it all starts with something super simple, a dedicated Google account specifically for your business. Just keep it separate from your personal email, all that personal stuff.
Right, like having a separate business card.
Exactly. You want it to be professional.
So once you've got that business account, you're ready to create your Google Business Profile. Head over to google.com/business and sign in. Now, before you start filling out all the details, there's a super important step a lot of people miss. Check to see if Google already has a listing for your business. Sometimes they pull info from different places online, and you definitely don't want duplicates floating around.
Oh yeah, those duplicates can really mess things up. Google sees two listings for the same business and it gets confused. And that confusion can lead to potential customers going elsewhere.
Right. You want to make sure Google has a crystal clear understanding of what your business is all about. So once you've made sure there are no rogue listings, it's time to pick your business type. This is where things start to get specific. If you have a physical location, customers can visit like a store or a restaurant, you'll select local store. But if you're a service-based business that goes to your customers, like a mobile dog groomer or what was that company from the YouTube video we watched, the Denver Move Masters?
Right, the
Hello.
movers, yeah.
Exactly. You choose service area business.
And choosing that right category is key. It tells Google what kind of business you are, which impacts where you show up in search results. Like if someone's searching for coffee shop near me, but your business is categorized as a restaurant, you might miss out on those coffee-loving customers.
So you got to be specific and accurate with that category.
Right.
Once you've got that nailed down, you'll be asked for some basic info. Your business name, the category you chose, address if you have a physical location,
Yeah.
the areas you serve if you're a service-based business phone number, and your website. It's like setting up the foundation of your digital storefront.
It's that basic info that Google uses to connect you with the right people. And of course, it's what customers see when they first find you online, so you want to make a good impression.
Okay, so you've entered all the essential details. Now it's time to prove to Google that you're the real deal. That's where verification comes in.
I like to think of verification as a trust-building exercise. Between you, Google, and your potential customers, it shows that you're a legit business operating where you say you are.
Yeah, it's like getting that seal of approval from Google.
Yeah.
And there are a few different ways to do it. The most common methods are phone and postcard. For phone verification, you'll get an automated call with a code, and you just enter that into your profile.
Super simple. And the postcard option is pretty straightforward too. Google mails you a postcard with a unique code to your business address. Once you get it, you pop that code into your profile and boom, you're verified.
Easy peasy. But here's where things get interesting. Google's really pushing towards video verification these days, especially for new businesses.
Yeah, they're cracking down on fake listings, which is a good thing in the long run. But I know it can feel like a bit of a hurdle, especially if you're not used to creating videos.
I get it. It might sound intimidating. It's not about making a Hollywood production or anything. It's just about providing visual evidence that your business exists where you say it does.
Exactly. Like for businesses with a storefront, you could film yourself unlocking the front door, showing the interior of your shop, or even just capturing a nearby street sign. It's all about visually connecting your business to its location.
And for service area businesses, think about showcasing your branded vehicle, the tools and equipment you use, or even yourself interacting with a client. All within your service area, of course.
Right. It's about showing that you're actively operating in that designated area. I know it can seem a little daunting, this whole video verification thing, but honestly, it's a step towards a more trustworthy online world.
I agree. When you're looking for a business online, wouldn't you feel better knowing they went through that extra step?
Right. It's like that virtual handshake that shows they're legit.
Exactly. And if you're feeling lost with the video stuff, Don't worry. That YouTube channel, Ranking Academy, has a great tutorial that breaks down the whole video verification process. They even show examples for different types of businesses so you can see exactly what Google's looking for.
Super helpful resource. And honestly, video is only getting more important these days, so this is a good chance to get comfortable with it.
Okay, so you've created your profile, you've jumped through the verification hoops. Now it's time to make that listing really shine. And this applies to both new and existing businesses. This is where optimization comes in, and it's not just a one-time thing.
It's an ongoing process, like tending a garden. You wouldn't just plant the seeds and walk away, right?
I love that analogy.
You got to water them, weed them, make sure they're getting enough sunlight. Your Google business profile needs that same kind of care.
So true. So let's start with one of the most overlooked but powerful tools, services. I'm talking about adding both the predefined services that Google gives you, A&G custom services specific to your business.
This step is often skipped, but it's so important. It helps Google understand exactly what you offer so they can match you with the right customer searches.
And get this, Google actually considers those predefined services as a ranking factor.
That's right. It's not just about filling the blanks. It's about choosing services that people are actually searching for. Like, let's say you're a house cleaner. Instead of just listing cleaning services, think about adding more specific options like deep cleaning or move-out cleaning.
So you're basically using those predefined services as keywords.
Exactly. You're speaking Google's language. And don't be afraid to get specific with your custom services, too. If you offer a unique type of massage or specialize in a certain plumbing repair, put it out there.
The more specific, the better.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to something that seems simple but actually has a big impact. Business hours. Setting accurate hours is important not just for managing customer expectations, but for your search ranking, too.
It might be tempting to just say you're open 24/7 to try to catch every customer, but resist that urge unless it's actually true.
Because Google knows.
Oh yeah, Google knows. Google's always cross-referencing information. They've got those little bots called web crawlers that are constantly scanning websites for data, including business hours. So if your website says you're closed on Sundays, but your Google business profile says you're open 24/7, that's a red flag for Google.
So honesty is the best policy.
100%. Transparency builds trust with Google and with your customers. Inconsistent info can actually hurt your credibility, and you could even get penalized by Google.
No one wants that. All right, so we've covered services and business hours. Now let's talk about a feature that can really step up your customer interaction. Messaging. Google lets you enable direct messaging through your profile, which can be an awesome way to connect with potential customers right away.
It's like having a virtual front desk where people can pop in with quick questions, book appointments, or get a quote.
I could see how that would be super appealing to people, especially these days when everyone wants answers right away. But I imagine there's a downside, too. What if you get flooded with messages and can't keep up?
That's a valid concern. If you're not ready to handle those messages quickly, it's better to hold off on enabling the feature. Unanswered messages can lead to frustrated customers and can even hurt your ranking. Google pays attention to how responsive businesses are.
So it's not just about turning the feature on. It's about having a system in place to handle those inquiries well. Maybe you have someone on your team who can be the designated messaging person. Or look into using a chatbot to handle some of those initial responses.
Right. Think of it as an extension of your customer service. You want to provide a good experience, even online.
Now let's move on to another key part of your profile, the business description. This is your chance to tell your story, highlight what makes your business unique, and really draw people in.
It's like your elevator pitch, but in writing, you've got 750 characters, so make them count.
So it's not just listing what you do, it's about capturing the essence of your brand.
Exactly. Now, it can be tempting to stuff it with keywords, but trust me, Google's smarter than that. They can spot keyword stuffing a mile away.
So what's the secret to a great business description?
Clarity, authenticity, engagement. Use language that your target audience will connect with. What problems do you solve? What makes you different? What kind of experience can customers expect?
And don't forget to proofread. Typos and grammatical errors are a no-no.
Right, you want to look professional. And remember, your description isn't set in stone. Feel free to go back and make changes as your business evolves.
Okay, now let's talk about what can really make your profile pop. Photos.
This is where you get to show, not just tell. High-quality, authentic photos can make a huge difference in attracting customers.
Our research showed that businesses with photos get way more requests for directions and website clicks.
Something like 42% more requests for directions and 35% more website clicks.
Wow, that's huge.
Makes sense, though. We're visual creatures. Photos can really grab your attention online.
So what kind of photos should businesses be using?
Think of it like creating a visual story. Showcase your products, your services, happy customers, the vibe of your space.
So like a restaurant might show off their delicious food, their cozy dining room, the friendly staff.
Exactly. And service-based businesses can show their team in action, highlight their equipment, or even before and after shots of their work.
It's all about giving potential customers a peek into what it's like to experience your business.
And ditch those generic stock photos. Use high-resolution images that are true to your brand. Invest in professional photography if you can. But if you're on a budget, a good smartphone camera and some natural light can go a long way.
And here's a pro tip. Update your photos regularly. Keep your profile fresh and engaging. Now, before we move on, I want to talk about something that can make or break a business. Customer reviews.
Ah, yes, the double-edged sword of reviews.
They can either boost your credibility or send potential customers running for the hills. So how should businesses handle those all-important reviews?
They're like social proof, They give potential customers a glimpse into what it's like to actually do business with you.
So it's like word of mouth, but online.
Exactly. And just like word of mouth reviews can be super powerful, positive reviews build trust while negative reviews can unfortunately do the opposite.
Okay, so how do we handle this whole review thing? Should we be responding to every single one?
Good question. Responding to reviews, especially positive ones, shows you're engaged. It shows you care about what your customers have to say.
And it gives you a chance to thank those happy customers.
Exactly. Don't be shy about acknowledging those 5-star reviews.
But what about the negative ones?
Yeah.
Those could be tough to deal with.
I know they can sting, but they're also a chance to show your professionalism and your commitment to customer satisfaction.
So we shouldn't get defensive or start arguing with someone who left a bad review.
Definitely not. Take a deep breath. Respond calmly and professionally, and if possible, try to take the conversation offline.
Offer to help resolve the issue or just acknowledge their feedback.
Sometimes just showing that you care can make a big difference.
And hey, you might even win back that unhappy customer.
It happens. And remember, a few negative reviews mixed in with a bunch of positive ones can actually make your business look more authentic. No one's perfect, right?
True. So embrace those reviews, good and bad. They're valuable feedback.
All right, so we've covered a ton of information about Google Business Profiles.
From setting up a brand new profile to optimizing one that's already out there.
We talked about choosing the right category, nailing down those essential details, and of course the importance of verification.
We also got into some powerful optimization strategies, like using services as keywords, setting accurate business hours, and crafting a compelling business description that really captures the essence of your brand.
And let's not forget about the power of visuals. High-quality photos are a must.
It's all about creating that digital storefront that reflects your business and draws people in. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to think about. What's one thing you can do to improve your Google Business Profile today?
Maybe it's adding some new photos, sprucing up your description, or finally enabling that messaging feature.
Whatever it is, take action. A well-optimized Google Business Profile is a game changer. It can help you attract more customers and grow your business, whether you're just starting out or you've been around for years.
It's a powerful tool. And remember, it's an ongoing process. Keep nurturing that profile, keep it fresh, and watch your online presence flourish.
That's it for our deep dive into Google Business Profile Optimization. We hope you found this information helpful and actionable. Remember, every little tweak you make can bring you one step closer to online success. Until next time, happy optimizing.
Come check us out at magicwandcompany.com.